everyone, and today we are starting off in the Nether. We are trying to get some of these guys' heads right here, and he is chasing me relentlessly to my safe little hidey spot. But I hope you all are doing really well. We're gonna try to get a beacon today. Yeah, we're gonna try to get a beacon. Hopefully we can get enough heads from these guys. I haven't gotten any yet. We've been working on building a spawning platform for these guys. I don't know if they changed the spawn rates of wither skeletons at some point and I just didn't notice, but I feel like we're not getting as many as I used to like years ago. And to be honest, I haven't really done a wither farm in a while or anything like this. So I don't know, but basically what I've done is to help out with it, I've built 2 long pathways. There's one over here too. And when there's nothing spawning, when we run back and forth, we can kind of just despawn everything in the area and then sprint back in. And sometimes, like right there, it works. That time it worked. There was one wither boy right there ready for us. I feel like we've killed, here's 4 of them right here. We're looking pretty good. I feel like I've killed a decent amount of these guys so far, and I have 0 heads to show for. So, and I have looting 3, so I'm hoping we get one eventually here. Still none. Still absolutely none. I cannot buy a wither skeleton head. I've never had it take this long to get one. Let's see, and we are at currently, I know it's not a ton, but 26. I feel like normally I'd have at least one by 26. I don't know, but I know you can improve the rates of these things by making other blocks less spawnable. And you know, we've got all this here. I'm not going to go through and do all that. It's too much work. It's way too much work for me. But what you can do is you can extend out these original pathways from the nether fortresses, and those will increase the spawn area that the wither skeletons can spawn on. So we've effectively just done everything we can to make this a little bit bigger. I haven't gone out like to the sides a ton over here. I just feel like I kind of just wanted a straight up rectangular shape. But yeah, I'm gonna be here for a little bit, so I'll probably show all of my kills that drop wither skulls, and then I will be back once we have enough. We finally got one! Yes! Yes! Finally! Oh my gosh. Okay. Only 2 more to go now, baby. 2 more to go. Ah, we got another one! Yes! 1 more! We just need 1 more! Oh, this is great. After like 50 without getting one at all, now we've gotten 2 within 3 skeletons. This is amazing. No luck on that one, but hey, I will take 2. All right, let's keep grinding. Let's keep grinding. Oh my god. Oh my god. We finally got it. We finally got our 3rd withered skeleton head. This has been absolutely brutal. I've been running back and forth here for about 2.5 hours, and I don't know what, like, I'm really guessing they changed the spawn rates or something, because I remember like years ago, I used to be able to build a platform like this and just run to one side and wither skeletons would spawn, go to this side, wither skeletons would spawn, and it didn't matter if there was a whole bunch of stuff around here, like they would just keep spawning on the opposite sides. And so I don't know what's going on. But there it is. We've got our 3 wither skeletons right down here. And we also got a zombified piglin's head. I turned on the more mob heads data pack just so we can maybe use some of these things for decoration or something. But I guess on the plus side, we got a little bit of gold. We ran into some issues with some zombie piglins a couple of times, but we were all good. But on that note, it's time to finally go home, and we're gonna go fight the Wither, and we're gonna get a beacon so that we can start clearing up some of these mountains a little bit faster that are around our base, and also just mine faster, you know? All right, well, we're just about prepped and ready to take on this Wither. So I don't see any reason to wait around. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. Well, that was a success. That is the first time I've ever done that on hardcore, and honestly, I feel like I didn't need to use both golden apples, but we did anyway. I just wanted to be safe, didn't want to risk ruining anything, but here it is. Here is our nether star. We've got it. We can get our beacon now, and this guy gave us some diamonds too, it looks like. 6 diamonds, that is solid. We're gonna put those with the rest of them that we have upstairs stored away. All right, so we're just dumping off our stuff here that we've gotten. We're gonna put these diamonds tucked nice and safely in here. We're gonna put our nether star right here, and we got a wither's head too. I'm gonna hide this for right now because I'm actually streaming later tonight, and I don't want anyone to know yet that we have fought the wither and succeeded. But yeah, that beacon is gonna help us. We're gonna take down this. It should make quick work of it, and then some of these other areas too. It's just we need to clean this area up. This looks super messy before we can start building back over here. So we wanna take care of that. Well, it's been a few days. I had my surgery. It was successful. I'm feeling much better. My knee feels wonderful right now. It's been a few days though from the last recording, and those cows are very loud. I know I said I wasn't going to use my beacon yet, but plans change. I found myself with a lot of time laying around while I was trying to recover over the past couple of days, so I decided to set it up over here and start working on whittling this mountain down. Now, part of the reason why is because I needed stuff to do, and I needed a lot more stone. So we've brought this down quite significantly, probably about 15 layers or so. I don't know how much lower we're going to go with it. I don't want to make everything super flat over here. And we have all this over here as well that we have to kind of consider. And this is higher ground overall. So we got to make sure that we're not completely destroying the landscape here. Now, what did I need all that stone for, you may ask while I was gone? Well, I decided I didn't like how this looked. I'm just kidding. I love how this looks. What I didn't like was the backdrop behind this, and so while I was resting, I decided to build a mountainside back here. Now, it's very rough. It's not finished yet. The other half of it is completely open still, and like we got to work on something. This doesn't look great. This looks janky, but for the most part, I think this looks pretty good. I think I did a pretty good job with it, and I'm excited to show you guys what I plan on building there. But unfortunately, we're a little ways off from that still, but I think this turned out great. It looks really good from down low too. Like I'll have to show you guys later what it looks like, but first we have something I want to do. These cows have been sitting here since like episode 1, and I think it's time we move them. I think it's time we give them a home, and I think it's also time that we set up a farm that I don't know that we're gonna need it. I'm gonna set it up just in case. I'm gonna build a sheep farm, an automatic sheep farm, and it's not gonna have every color, but it will have 10 colors of sheep. But we need to get these guys a home first, so let's hop into a time lapse here, and I'll be back when it's all done. See, look, didn't I tell you that looks super, super cool from down here? And it makes this feel, this house doesn't, this library built, it doesn't feel as out of place anymore. For some reason, just having that backdrop there has really helped out. And I think having this house we built on stream the other day kind of poking up helps a little bit too. But anyway, this is our farm. This is our farm, our sheep farm, our cow farm, and it's going to have a little chicken farm in it too. I'm not completely done. I saved some of the parts for right now so we can talk about them, but let me know what you guys think about this roof. I'm not sure I'm sold on it. My thought was that I could kind of try to tie together the two different kind of build styles we have with the deep slate roof and a dark oak roof and kind of break things up a little bit there, and also tying in some of these heavy spruce builds with the kind of build we've been doing up here recently. And we also have gone a little bit more moss heavy on this. I kind of wanted this to look like it was like just sitting here for a while, a little bit more run down than maybe a normal building would be. And we're gonna pull all this wheat across the front. We're gonna have a couple pathways going here. We're gonna have one leading into here. Believe it or not, this is the entrance, and we're gonna have another one going over here. Now this is where the cows are gonna go. This is gonna be their new home in a couple minutes. We're gonna move them all down here, and I think this looks pretty good. We've used this trick with the trap doors to make kind of an arched fence, and we've got some cobblestone fences kind of tying it all together as well. Just a little side barn storage area here. It's not really anything but something to look at. We got a little water trough out here. Mix some pods all in with coarse dirt, grass, and the path block, of course. And then over here we've got a planter. I got to throw some plants in this still. And then this is some idea I had where I just wanted to take these lecterns somewhere in some build and use them where we could see through them. I think it looks pretty cool because you can actually literally see through them. It's a little bit goofy on the inside here because you can see the books, but it doesn't matter. This is actually going to be a little chicken egg farm here. It is it's a little bit janky. It's not really guaranteed for anything. I don't really see myself needing to use eggs for anything, but I needed to fill this area in with something. So I thought I'd build a little like chicken coop in here, and you can see the hoppers. They all lead to this barrel just in case I need the eggs. And it's going to be completely chance if the chickens lay their eggs in there, because they can walk around everywhere here. They can walk around back here, go up here. They can go inside. They can go inside the coop if they want to. And I mean, we'll see how it goes. They might not go in there. They might. It doesn't matter. I'm not really planning on using eggs for anything, but if we do, we should have at least a few. And now in here is gonna be the sheep farm. You can see we've got 10 spots. I need to build the dispensers still, and we need to put a little roof in here. There's actually gonna be a lot of wasted space in this building up here, but that's not supposed to be there. But I wanted to make sure that we got this in here, and I don't really have a use for that space up there. I don't think everything you build needs to have a use. Not every space has to be filled. I think as long as you're getting the purpose out of it and you're making it look all right, that's the key thing, right? But this is our farmhouse. I was trying to go for something a little bit different that would still kind of tie everything together. The backside is a bit boring, but I don't anticipate going over here very much. And I was struggling where to decide to put this. I was originally going to put it over here, actually, on that side of the pathway, but it just didn't feel right. I was taking the schematic and I was putting it in and just kind of loading it and moving it around to see where it would look the best. And I felt like this looked the best. And I think once we get this wheat in here and really kind of tie everything together, I think it's going to look even better than it does now. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to try to populate the chicken coop a little bit. We have first try. There we go. I want to get a couple chickens in here. Oops. I'm trying to get a couple in here, and hopefully, there we go. There's two. Hopefully they start dropping some eggs. I feel like 4 is probably a good number, but 3 is all right as well. But it'll be kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool that they can roam around and do their own thing. And hopefully we get some eggs very, very soon. And now, of course, it's time to lead a horde of cows down here. Oh, those guys are bad news. So I'm gonna dispel of these guys by quickly running away and despawning them, and then we're gonna move these cows to their new home. Yeah, we lost way too many cows there. These guys did not stick with me at all. We're gonna just go ahead and clean them up, clean up the remainders a little bit. We're just gonna round up the remaining few here. You know, we're just gonna round them up a little bit, get them to where they need to go, and yeah, they're gonna be just fine. Coincidentally, right after that, my Amazon delivery came of this leather and beef that I had ordered. I'm so glad it finally got here. It's amazing. Amazon is so good with that, aren't they? They're so good at getting you your supplies. Want to take a quick little break here and just mention that last episode, I asked what we should name our blacksmith, and a few of you left some great ideas, some really good names, but Siege Gaming 5163 came up with the best one, I think, and I just love it. I love it. So this, if I can find somewhere to put this, I need to figure out where I can put this sign. This is a problem. Because I don't think, yeah, you can't hang it off of there. We can't just put it off the wall. You can. Oh, okay. Wait, I've never used this before. I like that. Okay, so this is going to be the knacksmith. And I'm going to put that down a line as well. The knacksmith. It's a great play off of my username. I really like it. And we're going to dye that white so it's visible. And there we go, the knacksmith. It's open for business. Siege, thank you so much for the name suggestion, and I really appreciate it. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and honorarily name the library here after one of my Twitch mods, and we built her a loft on the top floor, so it shouldn't come as any surprise that this is Moof's library. And I figured I would just name this one myself since, you know, I just started doing this, and it's a lot easier to name the builds that we're building rather than going back and asking you guys to name the ones that we haven't built yet. Which, of course, brings us to our next naming competition. Guys, give me a name for this farmhouse we've got here. Give me a name in the comments, and just like with the iron farm, the blacksmith, if I can remember the name of it, I'll go ahead and put a sign out here, and you can forever have bragging rights that you named my sheep farm barn house. Now we're gonna quickly just breed up these guys. They're a little bit late. Some of their brothers didn't quite make it here. And I mean, we don't really need the cows necessarily, but I think having them here, having a few more than this, will look nice for ambiance, right? Now this of course leaves us with what's going to be the most frustrating part of this entire barnyard animal movement, and that is getting the sheep in here. So I think my plan is to just move sheep, go out in the world, find sheep, use some leads to bring them back, and just guide them into their holes and then dye them later. So I'm gonna have to set up a few little ramps here to kind of get up on top. And I think we're gonna have to make like a pathway here to kind of guide them so they don't go where we don't want them to. Now we're gonna put a trap door over each one, and I just need to make sure I don't fall into the hole. All right, our first sheep is in, and I'm hoping this works. I'm hoping it works how I want it to. I'm gonna fill in these real quick before I go over how these work. Now, see, we've got a dropper or dispenser back here. Behind that is a bit of redstone. Underneath of this is an observer that's looking into this grass block, and it's gonna sense when that grass block changes. So when a sheep eats the grass, okay, it should shear the sheep. And from there, the sheep will get sucked down. Underneath this grass block is a hopper minecart that leads into two hoppers that push into here. You can see our hopper, or our lead, is in here from this sheep. And so we've kind of hidden them underneath of these trapdoors. It's just a barrel per one. There's going to be some junk in here from when I was building this structure, but yeah, you can see we've got all this set up. Now, the hope is that this works. Hopefully I got everything set up right and I don't have to go back in and fix anything. It should work, but time will tell. We're gonna continue, I should say, getting these sheep into their holes. And it is working. Look at that. We've already got some sheep woolage going on, and that's just how it's gonna work. It's gonna be nice and slow, nice and easy, and it's gonna go how we want it to. Now I need to actually we're probably gonna wind up with some wool colors that we don't want in these to start, and that's fine. We can just pull all the white that comes from it and do what we need to do with it. Now I still need to dye these other sheep here, but for right now I'm just trying to get them into their holes so that we can just have all the sheep we need right now. I will move any excess white wool into the white wool hole once we're done. Alrighty, now that is 10 sheep all put away here, and we are already getting some wool in most of these. We got a black one in there already. I need to probably go get a few pieces of grass. This side is not growing as fast as the other side. I put in one piece on each side. This one looks like it'll be okay. We've got a grass block there, which means every single one of these can regrow. So I'm just gonna grab like 2 from here just to kind of help speed up the process on the other side. This is gonna be a very slow farm, but again, I am not actually anticipating using this very much. I'm not anticipating using wool very much, and that's really all we have to do right there is just kind of pop this open and put our grass block down underneath, and that should be able to grow on either side now. Now I've had to run all the way out here to the ocean to get some ink sacs, and I'm confused because I thought squids spawned in rivers. I thought for sure they spawned in rivers now, but apparently that's not the case. Because I couldn't find any in any of the rivers near my base, so we're just here. We're gonna get a couple. We're gonna definitely get more than we need, and that should be plenty enough. 16 is definitely more than enough. And now that we've got all the sheep in here and tucked away, we got to start thinking about what colors we want to use. Now a few of them, I think the first 5 are going to be fairly obvious. We're going to go with white, gray, light gray, black, and brown. And then from there, we've got to decide what other colors we want to do. Now, I'm not going to probably be using any, I don't know if I'm going to be using any of these at all, but I definitely know for a fact that I'm not going to be using super bright colors in this world. So I'm actually thinking of probably purple, probably green, and then orange, I think. And it leaves a few other colors. Cyan maybe as well with that. And I'm maybe the dark blue. I'm not sure. It gets tricky. It definitely gets a little bit tricky trying to figure out what you think you're going to be able to use. Now, of course, we can change what we're using at some point. Like if we're like, hey, you know what? We're not going to use this. I can switch this guy to a different color. Then we can do that. And that's not an issue at all. But I'd like to anticipate what we might be using in advance, because sometimes, you know, it's just better to have that stock ready to go, you know. Now I know this sheep here is already a black sheep, but I'm actually going to pull a curveball here, and I'm actually gonna make this one light gray. Oh, that's right, you can't dye them until they shear. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait to dye everything anyway. I'm gonna have to go ahead and take out all this redstone. I forgot about that. I absolutely forgot about that. We're gonna take out all the redstone so that these guys don't get sheared when they eat the wool next. And yeah, we've already got a couple of them sheared over here too. Oops. Big L on my part. All right, so while we wait for those sheep to regrow their wool, I've decided on my colors. We are going to go with light gray, black, brown, of course white, red, orange, green, cyan, and purple. I think these are most likely to be the colors I'm actually going to use. So we're gonna go with those, and if we need to change one at some point, we will. Look at all these eggs you cut over here. If we need to change one at some point, we will. But until then, we're not going to worry about it too much, and that should be enough chickens over here. Now, we've got 3 of them in here just kind of cruising around, and what's crazy is that in my creative world, I had about 8 eggs in here already after just a few minutes, and in this right now, there are just none, and that's okay. That's okay. That one looks like it wants to go in there, but it's not. All right, it's been like an hour, and I think I finally got most of these sheep all wooled up. I'm not worried about this one right behind me because he's white already, and we're not going to dye him. It's the one in front of me I'm a little bit concerned about here. This guy, he has not gotten any grass in his area yet. So I went ahead and... Oh my god, you just scared the crap out of me, dude. I went ahead and put some green on both sides, some grass on both sides, so that's good. Excuse you, absolute nincompoop. What are you doing? What are you doing, dude? You're stuck there now. No, I don't care. You're staying. You're staying in there. I'm gonna kill your llamas in front of you. And you're just going to be stuck in that farm forever. I'll always take 2 more leads. This is what happens, dude. Don't come scare me and then go in my farm. Okay, don't scare me and go in my farm. That's just what you've learned a lesson today, sir. Anyway, we've got most of these sheep able to be dyed now. And so we're going to go light gray. Oh, that was normal gray. Well, that's fine. We'll do gray, black. We'll do light gray here. And then this will be the brown one down there. Okay, and we've got our colors on that side now. Yeah, dude, how's it feel to be stuck in there, man? How's it feel? Okay, now this side. If I can just get that guy, if I can just get him to grow his wool, we will be golden. But in the meantime, we're gonna do the rest of them. We're gonna do purple, blue, or cyan, green, and orange, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna get him later. I'm gonna close all these up. I'm gonna get this redstone sorted back in here, get the back end of these cleaned up as well. Okay, so the redstone just goes right on back here. Oh, we don't want this one yet. We don't want that one. Almost messed it up. And we're gonna do the same thing over here. Now, this farm is not gonna be fast. It is not gonna be fast. Like I said, I was here an hour before this grass regrew for these guys, but it will work, and that's the important thing. I really hope this guy just stays in here forever. That's gonna crack me up if he does. So while we wait on this guy to be able to, you know, dye his wool, we're gonna put the finishing touches on in here. And that just involves some dark oak here, going all the way down the line on both sides. Just gonna really trim this off a little bit. And we're gonna just top this off with a line of spruce trapdoors. And I will leave this part open right now so that when this eventually grows, which it should, I will be able to dye that sheep and close this off permanently. This is already working. This one's already got 5. I literally just walked away for 1 second. So that's pretty sick. Look, a lot of these we're already getting the colors in here, and this is awesome. This is so cool. Okay, sweet. So just waiting on this guy. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to wait for him today, but we're gonna see. We got a few more things to touch up here before we call it a day, but if we can't, that's all right. That's all right. Just one sheep not finished is not the end of the world. And I forgot to mention too, look, we got some eggs in here. There's some chickens hanging out. They've been dropping some eggs in there, and it's working. That's all I cared about. You got a stack over here. It's fine. I'm not worried about missing out on those. Picked one up, apparently. And one final little decorative thing I want to do is just throw some wheat here to kind of really pull together the whole farm thing. And we do have a little bit of space up here that I want to do the same thing at. And this should just kind of make this look like a barn, like where, you know, they store hay in the top part of a barn. And that's kind of what we're going for here. It's just for looks, no real purpose to it whatsoever, but it should look pretty decent. And there you have it. Our automatic sheep farm is just about complete. Just that one. We're still waiting on just that one sheep, and we managed to make this really pretty build that also has a small little chicken farm in it and a little area for our cows to breed up if we need them. And I think this turned out great. Again, guys, let me know what you think about this roof, though. Again, I'm not super sold on it. I feel like it looks a little bit funky. And maybe give me some ideas if you think of anything. I should say, if you could think of anything that would look different or better than this. I really want to try to tie together this dark oak and the deep slate we're using. And I'm not sure if this is the best way to go about it or not. But anyway, don't forget to leave your names that you want to call this little farmhouse in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. It would be greatly appreciated. I should be pretty much back to a normal schedule now that my surgery is over. And I know this one's coming out a day later than normal, but next week we should be back on track. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you again so much for watching, and have a good one. I'll see you soon. Bye.